So we back. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but we all right right now. Evi's still in the building. It's your boy Grammatyk.
Boy Reckless Styles.
So last time, not last time, a minute ago we was talking. We got to about 2007, and we were talking a little bit about the plight of hip hop in that time and where you fit into that. We got a little bit off topic talking about Drake and J.Cole and Big Sean and them. We found out that song was "I Don't Fuck With You."
Correct.
But anyway,
correct.
So we're gonna get back to Evi though. So let's talk about where you're at in, like, let's say 2009, 2010 area when you getting ready to put your first. Is that when you put your first project out? Right around that time?
Yeah, it was right around 2010. So we in 2010, and by this time I've learned how to make songs. Me and Beats have put together, not really a project, but we've got probably 70 songs throughout this just 2 years, and this is just me progressing, learning what a single is. They still sitting on this computer, to be real. The computer got rained out, but the hard drive's still good. So somebody can get up in there. It might be some gold in there, man. I ain't gonna lie, but
get the hackers on this shit.
Most definitely.
Leak that.
So 2009, I ended up coming out with my first single, my first official single called "I'm Super." I remember very vividly my first time letting any real crowd hear this song was at a show called Delta After Dark, man, sponsored by Mizzou. And the Deltas put it on, man. It's a talent show, and we go on stage, man. We got this plan. We already kill 'em. My first song, we absolutely get booed.
What?
To the point where, like, they was ready to tell us to get off stage getting booed. Then Super comes on. It goes from boos to immediately get silent because now they listening. So now that they listening, I like this, and then we got the dances and everything that go with it. We go from getting booed to everybody on their feet dancing with us. So that's how I knew I had something special in Super. Okay. My first song to ever be played on any radio stations, whether it's major radio stations or underground radio stations. Super landed me my first deal. A record label out of Atlanta called City Under Siege, responsible for the real only notable artist is an artist named Bone. He had a hit record called Homegirl.
Yeah, that song went though. It went.
Yeah, it was hard. Bone's nice though. He's nice.
She tell her homegirl.
Yeah,
okay.
That was the party scene right there, man.
So I'm in 2000. It's 2010 still, man. We got all these things popping off. We're going to these conferences, meeting these people and stuff. And Beats ends up going to the Core DJ retreat, and he meets ultimately the dude that signs us. You know what I'm saying? I'm not put his name out there, give him no free publicity, but
no love.
Yeah. So we end up meeting dude. He's a cool dude, but the situation just went sour. So I got Super. We land this deal. I remember to this day, man. I'm at McDonald's, bro. That's where I'm working. And Beats brings in the paperwork that he just got faxed, and we get ready to sign this contract right in the office. All I'm thinking is, shit, we got a deal on the table. We up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's over with. We get ready to take off. No, sir. That's not how it works, man. That's not how it works at all. I got slapped in the face real easy with that one and found out the hard way.
So talk a little bit about that hardship, that realization that you're talking about, because I know a lot of the young guys. Now it's a little bit different, but there was a long period of time where the young guys was like, all I need is a deal and it's over. Bro.
So pretty much not every deal is the best deal.
No deal is a good deal, honestly. The only good deal out there is signing yourself, man. I'm going to say it. Unless you're just that kind of mega star that you can control the label, right? Which that comes once in a lifetime.
So there's no label right now you assigned to.
No, I'm not saying that.
The bag just gotta be right.
The bag, the structure of the contract has to be right.
Who's appealing right now to Evi?
So literally, and this is on record, there's only 2 labels that I would sign with right now. Top Dog, Dreamville.
I figured they're both independent. They give their artists creativity, the control aspect of it, and
it's not because they're hot. it's because I fit that movement. Either
authentic.
One, I fit. They bring real music to the table. It doesn't matter what background or genre they come from. Their artists are real cut and raw, and that's what I bring to the table. So, at this point now, don't get me wrong. If there's a better opportunity for myself and my family, you know, I'm gonna at least hear everything out. But my focus is myself.
So you threw a lot of stuff at us just then. I'm not even gonna front. Like, you threw a lot of stuff. So you talking about the labels that you assigned to, the bag gotta be right, you got all these responsibilities. So I'm gonna break it down into 3 topics if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna come back to the albums because we just got the super, so we're gonna do that last, right? Because you still got albums to talk about. But you talked about the situation gotta be right for the family. So you're a family man. So explain to me what it's like being an artist in this environment in the Midwest, trying to come up and make a name for yourself and make this into a career. And balancing that family life.
It's impossible.
Juggling a family, relationship.
Yeah.
It's impossible, bro.
Why you say that?
Because
what's impossible about it?
You've got to be a special type of person to be able to do these things. When you talk about being an artist first and foremost, you're talking about something that requires 100% commitment. When you talk about being a family man, a father, you're talking about another topic that requires 100% commitment. When you talk about working a full-time job, you're talking about yet another thing that requires full commitment. You've got to wear all 3 of these hats.
So how does Evi do it?
I just do it.
How do you find time? How do you find time to make music?
I don't. It literally, like, my setup is my interface, my mic, my soundproof screen, my computer, and my TV in my room. Days I'm off work, I get it in. Till the kids come on. So as the kids come on, it's over.
What's the time frame like? How much time do you have to yourself?
We got about from 7 in the morning until about 5 o'clock.
So that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. Yeah. How long does it take you to write a song?
We're talking about 1 day a week.
Got it.
We're not talking.
So that means
every day. We're talking from 1 day a week.
That's already put in his 10,000 hours though, and that's when we go back to talking about the albums that he's already put out. I mean, my man has put in the time, so it's not about like still perfecting.
Oh yeah, I definitely have a system now. I have a system.
Not saying that everything's perfect yet. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody still got room to grow. Everybody
of course,
does, right? So you're never gonna truly reach a perfect, but you put in the groundwork to say, okay, a day, a week. If I can really focus, that's enough for you to be able to put together a solid project.
Most definitely. And then, you know, just with the situations I've been in, you know, recently, living situations and stuff like that, I've had to just get it whenever I can. I pack up my studio and I'll go to somebody's house if they allow me to. And I'll get in there in a couple hours there. You know what I'm saying? My computer, mixing, you can always mix if you got a good pair of earphones. That's really all you need. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're going to want other sources, but you can get to that when you have other time. But you can take care of mixing without having to, I need y'all to be quiet because I got to record. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Do I got your permission to record right now? You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. So being a daddy, that's really the part that's the hardest part of all of it.
Have they ever tried to knock your studio equipment down?
My daughter loves to play with my studio equipment. My daughter's only 3. My son is 7. He'll be 8 in October. So he knows, you know what I'm saying? When I say stay away from it, bro, don't touch that. My daughter, on the other end, she knows, she loves to play with me. So she just gets a kick out of, you know, getting on my nerves sometimes. Like when she sees that I'm getting irritated, she's having the time of her life.
Are they at a point yet where you want to introduce them to music, or is that something you even want to do? Because I know a lot of people who have that music lineage. At some point, it breaks where they say, I don't want my kids doing this.
I would love my kids to, you know, pick up after me and do music because it's easy. The business is hard. But if you have the talent, it's easy. It just don't feel like business when you love to do it.
Right.
It just feels like what you got to do is another stepping stone to get to where you're trying to get. I would love if my kids do that. However, I'm not going to nudge them one way or another.
You said your pops introduced you to Too Short, Pac, some other artists.
A lot of old school too.
A lot of old school. Like, who would you introduce your kids to?
Well, I've introduced them to me. Ironically, my kids love my music. They sing every song, even the songs that they shouldn't be singing. Which, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a parent. No parent's perfect. You know, these are my kids, so I'm never gonna expose them to something that's gonna damage them.
Right.
However, they do hear a few songs that they probably should hear. They listen to Kendrick. They listen to J.Cole. They listen to everybody that I listen to. But like I said, I listen to a lot of R&B, so I don't too much worry about them being swayed by drugs and, you know what I'm saying, trap rap and that kind of thing, because I don't really play it.
Yeah, we talking today's R&B? Or we
I was
talking
going to say,
both R&B? Because there's a few select artists
Chris Brown
today.
sometimes can get kind of raunchy.
Yeah, right. Most definitely. So
singles,
I mean, they listen to Chris Brown if that's what I'm playing, or we'll listen to Temptations, or we'll jump back in this era and listen to SZA. Like, they love a couple songs off of SZA's new album. Or I'll jump back and listen to some old 90s R&B on Pandora, or then jump back into this era and I'm listening to Eric Ballinger. Like, I love a mixture of both, because, I mean, just with how we are nowadays, we all have a short attention span, so you got to be able to bounce back and forth. But I don't jump outside of my comfort zone. And my kids kind of like, they kind of model after me a little bit. My daughter loves to sing. Whatever, she'll listen to everything from Let It Go, from Frozen to, you know what I'm saying, to a rap song. That's a classic. I don't know how much more of that I could take. But it is what it is. But
so when it comes to like performing and stuff, and eventually getting into the tour life, if that's what you plan to do, how is that going to affect the family dynamic? Is everybody just coming on the road with you?
Man, I rack my brain about this at all times, man, because one of the hardest things right now is I know I'm reaching a point in my career where I have to get up and go do things. I'm literally about 30-something hours away from bringing another life into this world. You know what I'm saying? So,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and definitely thank you for taking the time to come on the show.
Anybody that knows
like
me,
around the corner.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anybody that knows me, though, they know, like, it's family first for me, but I'm never gonna give my career up. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think about it a lot as far as, what do I want to do? Do I want to have a tutor for them and just bring them with me everywhere I go? Realistically, the road is not a good place for kids this young. So they're going to be at home with their mom, you know what I'm saying, wherever home ends up being. However, we will have points where I bring them with me just to, you know, allow them to have fun and be around that arena tour life the moment I make it to that point, because this is a dream that my kids have for me as well.
So they're real supportive of the
my
dream.
Kid, like, they really, my son, he's such a big dreamer, and that's why I love him to death. He'll see a music video, or he'll see the BET Awards one day. He'll just sit and say, hey, my daddy's going to be there one day. Daddy, when are you going there? So to him, I look no different from these guys.
There you go.
He doesn't know that I'm working this 9 to 5 just because the lights got to stay on.
Right.
He sees daddy's a rapper, daddy's good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He knows bad music. He'll tell you to turn it off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's big for me. I would love to take them on the road. Just that's down the road itself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let's jump back into the timeline of Evi. So we talked a little bit about your first project and how Super really was the one that got you to that next level where you signing paperwork and whatnot. So then where did you go from there? Because you said that wasn't really the move in retrospect. So where does it go from there?
From that point, I blew a lot of opportunities personally. When you have a moment to get up and go, you get up and go. You know what I'm saying? You don't get second opportunities very often. So I had show offers where I would, you know, I'm sick. Yeah, I'm sick, but you can get your ass up and go do this show, man.
Right,
you know, if you really want it. Just silly opportunities. And the contract with City Under Siege, you know, we got out of that, and because nothing came of it. You know, that's one thing I didn't know, I was unknowledgeable about. Just because you signed that paper, that don't mean nothing. You don't have a buzz. Where's your fan base? Where's your, you know, what can you do for us first?
Right.
Then we'll do something for you.
That's a business first.
Yes, of course. It's always going to be a business first.
It's not about the art first.
Nobody really cares how much talent you got, and that's why there's so many, in my opinion, rappers who aren't that good eating. You don't have to have talent in order to thrive. So you just have to have a plan, a vision, and execute. execute. It's all about who you know. Networking is very important. That's one thing that I learned over the years. I still hold contacts to a lot of very important people that I met. And literally a lot of these people with endless amounts of money, they want you to pick their brain. They're looking for that next person who they can pass that secret on to, but they're not just going to pass it to anybody. They can feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's when you just like I made posts recently on social media, like when it's your time, you know. They can feel it. You'll have people just approaching you. There's just something about you that people are drawn to, even before they hear your product.
Right.
So that like I start growing 2011, 2012, 2013. Now we getting into more about the music and groundwork, which is 2013.
Projects, the
groundwork.
More about the music is definitely a mixtape that was full of a lot of freestyles, a lot of just showing that I can do industry beats and that kind of thing. A lot of cover songs, doing videos, trying to build up an internet presence. That kind of thing, doing a lot of shows with songs that I already had, building a college following with Mizzou and with other colleges just around the Midwest. A lot of networking with people who were in college who graduate, going to get these jobs that benefit you, you know. And then we come to Groundwork, and Groundwork was my first real project, I feel like, where I felt like, okay, I'm confident in this. Let's move forward with this. Let's build off of this. And that's why I called it Groundwork, because that was me putting myself under my own artist development. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely felt the Groundwork was where you elevated the delivery. You took more time into each song. I mean, Super was a dope song, but I feel like Groundwork was your best piece at that point.
Most definitely.
So then now you got All or Nothing coming, right? That's the name of the new project. And so tell me why somebody who's watching right now, shout out to the viewers. Tell me why somebody says, okay, I heard Groundwork. Let's say they're on the fence still. They shouldn't be. But let's say they're still on the fence, right? What makes All or Nothing the project that you have to listen to E-By now? Because
this is 4 years in the making.
Okay.
This is literally a story of growth. There's songs that I've been sitting on literally since 2013 that made the cut for All or Nothing. There's songs that I literally made a week ago that made the cut for All or Nothing. This is a story. So when you buy into somebody, you don't buy that project, you're buying that artist.
Right.
So I want people to buy into my story. What better way to buy into your story than to give them your story?
Right.
That's what All or Nothing is. It's literally what the title is. There is no plan B for me. This is it. It's all or nothing. So I feel like that title, that the whole persona of everything, just the story itself behind it, is going to make people go, okay, let me at least just give this a try.
And so you've only released one single off the project so far, right?
And that's Hurt Yourself.
Hurt Yourself. I know we peeped that one. So what's the next single that's going to be coming, and how is that going to integrate? Because I know Hurt Yourself feels like it belongs in music right now. Now there's a void, in my opinion, there's a void in music for lyricism, right?
Right.
And I feel like Hurt Yourself appropriately fills that void without being too far away from what's hot, right? So the next single, are you going to do something in that same vein? You're going to do something for the ladies? You're going to do something that's strictly for the hip-hop heads? Like, where's it going to come?
My next single I'm leaning towards, and I say leaning towards because I like to let the people decide.
Okay.
You know, like I kind of got away from the traditional, the label pick, so these are your singles and this is how we're going to release them, because ultimately the people, what sounds good to you don't sound good to 10 million people. You know what I'm saying? So off of buzz, I do things like private listening sessions, study groups. I literally want people to break down what you don't like about this song, break down what you do like about this song, because that's how you progress. So off of that, I came up with My Stilo. My Stilo is really a love it or hate it kind of record.
Okay.
It's bridging what's hot today with the sound of music, as far as like it's got a lot of like sounds like live horns in the beat. It's not fast, but it's up tempo. You know what I'm saying? It sounds happy.
So did you get out of your comfort zone with the song?
I stayed in my comfort zone because literally the song is like a lot. I wear many hats musically. This is so I guess you could say I am getting out of my old comfort zone,
right?
Because before I was scared to show my other sides.
Right.
Now I'm to a point where I'm singing a little more. I'm adding harmonies and stuff to the back of songs. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing beats traditionally I wouldn't do. I'd shy away from. You know what I'm saying? My Stilo is one of those records where the horns. I'm kind of adding harmonies. I'm singing a little bit, but the reason I'm choosing my Stilo, okay, Hurt Yourself is a statement like I'm alive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't forget about me. My Stilo is me declaring the end of my depression. It's much deeper than what I'm saying, to anybody, what anybody may know. The song is me literally stating I'm no longer depressed. I'm no longer this person that I've been these last 4 years. This is who I am now, and I'm happy. And it's go time.
Okay. So you said that song is like a statement of I'm no longer depressed. So you had a moment, because I know right now it's really like popular for people to say they got some issues, right? Yeah. And I know you're not one of them people that just do that, right? So can you, if you feel comfortable, can you walk us through a little bit like what that means to you, that you were feeling depressed? Was it one of those moments where you were just in that dark place? Like
my depression was brought on by a lot of stuff out of my control. It initially started with being evicted from while I was in college. Me and my pops was evicted. Something out of my control. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to school and not knowing what's going on. Next thing you know, now we got to find somewhere to stay. So I'm living, shout out to T Sav. I'm going to thank this man to the day I die, because, we was relatively at this point still kind of strangers. And T Sav, he was one that at that point in time, he was real big into doing graphic design and that kind of thing. He shied away from me. He's a family man now, and I love where he's going with his life now. But at the time, he was my rock. Music, graphics, videos, he's a go-getter. You know what I'm saying? So he opened his door to me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have anywhere to go. I could have went back home with my mom, but that would have damaged me. You know what I'm saying? Because where my mind state was, going back to St. Louis, if you know about St. Louis, you don't go backwards. When you get out, if you do come back, you come back because you're able to live at a higher standard. You don't go back to them same things that you was doing before. You know what I'm saying? You can be a internet celebrity all you want to, but at some point you gotta leave that house. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have it's a formula. It's gotta work both ways. Now it's not as important as it once was, but I feel like once it gets back to a level playing field, the quality of music will go up as well, because the streets ain't scared to tell you if you trash. The streets don't jump behind something because it's a fashion statement. They really does.